Hey guys, how's it going? We are back. This is my first broadcast from my college dorm. You can see I have some of my supplies in the back. We got some. I'll move that out of the way, and wearing the perfect attire. I got the Allegheny baseball hat, which I actually got from the baseball coach here, which is very nice. We're already on a good start. We're good friends, and actually applied to be a data analyst for him, but it might coincide with my schedule. I'll have to see how that goes. And I have my New York Yankees Hebrew shirt. Actually, it's funny because originally I couldn't read this in Hebrew, but now I can. So it's pretty nice. And Mom, I see your comments. Hi, how's it going? And yeah, I'm excited to do this again. Obviously I can't do this every day with homework and stuff, and just trying to make my way around campus and meet people and do clubs. Speaking of clubs, I actually or I'm thinking about joining the Ultimate Frisbee team, which will be fun. I went to like a 4 hour practice yesterday, and they have like a 2 hour practice on Tuesday. And I'm not bad. I don't have a bad arm, and I could actually catch the frisbees pretty well since I used to be an outfitter for baseball when I was playing, and I'm pretty good with the routes. So yeah, could be able to join that. Not as much of a commitment as trying to play baseball. And if I were to play baseball here, then probably put a lot of effort in just being a backup player on the team, which I don't really want to do. So yeah, doing something like ultimate frisbee could be a nice medium, or there might be a ping pong club going around. I know I played ping pong the other day. Actually, beat most of the guys that I played, which was cool. Some of them were some really good matches, and they're going to have a mailing list, and they said they're going to be on it, which is great. What else is going on? I also have work study with the athletic department, and so far I'm just helping out, like posting a schedule and posting the people's names in a database. So it's been pretty cool so far. And we start games next week. I think with like a football and a volleyball game this upcoming week. So we'll see what my jobs will be for that, and it'll be interesting to see if it's a bit more organized as well. So far, I haven't really got a schedule. Doesn't mean it's not organized, but usually it's between me and my boss. Who's like, hey, like, do you want me to come in right now? He says, sure, and then I do that for an hour or two. You get paid for it as well, and it's nice. But and I can talk a little bit more about what's going on. But let's kind of dive into what's happening today with the Yankees and the A's. So today we have September call-ups, and I saw a couple of them. Didn't see everyone on the screen, but I know it's Chance Adams, this guy named Tyler Lyons, who sounds very new. And we have Clint Frazier, who we sent down back, I believe, in June because he needs to work on his outfield defense, and he also struck out a whopping 28% of the time with league average like 22. And trust me, that 6% makes a big difference. And he wasn't really, even though he had good numbers on the surface, he had like 10 homers, batting 283, 813 OPS, or I think 843 OPS, which is all really above average numbers. Because of his defense and because of his strikeout numbers, he wasn't as valuable as people remember him. Went to AAA, and then Mike Tauchman emerged, and he was doing great. And Frazier, meanwhile, maybe it's the media who's been kind of playing against him, but he always is making this like slide comments about how he's done the Yankees and how they're doing him wrong, and he's not completely out of line there because he's been in the system for a while and he's seen his outfielder in the future, and he was doing well in his opportunity, or relatively well, and they sent him down, and he just was maybe making comments about it and kind of like but snarky comments. Love Frazier, love the guy, but whatever he's saying or his misconstrued context, it certainly isn't helping his image. So regardless, I hope he does well in this month of September. Maybe he'll be placed on the postseason roster, although I kind of doubt it since the Yankees do like Tauchman and Maben on their roster very much, and they have produced very well for us. So, yeah, that's the news for the Yankees. On the A's, I don't know all the guys they called up, but they do have Sean Manaea back in the mound. He's making his first start of 2018. And Manaea last year, he was a very good pitcher for the A's. I think he had like in 27 games started a 3.59 ERA, over a 10-game winner if wins still matter. And I would say to a degree. Actually, had a good conversation with Aaron, my last podcast, or last broadcast rather, when I said if you're consistently winning a bunch of games year in year out, I would say it matters. If it's fluky like around the past 2 seasons, and that's not giving offense, or Nathan Eovaldi winning 17 games for the Yankees a couple of years back with a 4.3 ERA, then yes, I would agree that it's fluky. But if you do it year in year out, I think there is something of value there, especially with older pitchers too. Like one of the reasons why Jack Morris was in the Hall of Fame is that when his team had the lead, he would just throw strikes. He would give up more runs, but just because he would just try to directly attack the batter rather than work off the edges and all that type of stuff. So, and I think Pettit was kind of the same way too. We'll see if I don't think Pettit will get in the Hall of Fame, but you get my gist. When it's used to have great importance, and now pitching with the lead is a bit of a lost art. We've seen a couple guys like Tanaka and Herman this year have these big leads, and they somehow get away from them. But as of late, our starting rotation has actually looked really good, and I swear this is not a non sequitur. And dive into the Yankees starter, say J.A. Happ. Tanaka doing well. We had Herman, who had a good start yesterday. We had Paxton finally finding his groove, not allowing runs in the first inning, which is awesome. So, well, CC, I think that needs to get into. There's a reason why this is his last season. I think he can still be somewhat effective. He actually didn't pitch too bad in his last start. I think he had like 1 2-run homer, and he's very home run pro now. Last time I checked, he had a 2.40 home run per 9 rate, which is a very, very high number, and it's a very below average in the major leagues, even in today's home run oriented baseball game. But Happ has also been awful, and he's been healthy for the most part too. So it's kind of like if each and every start he just finds a way to give up home runs and doesn't do well. It's kind of hard to remember the last time he had a legitimately good start. Or like his best starts like 5 runs in 3 innings, and that's might be the best that we can expect from him. So he's on the bum for us today, and he really has to do well in this last month of baseball. I mean, the last regular season game is on September 28th, and this guy's a month to prove himself to be deserving of being on the playoff roster. Because right now, maybe not too much. Because knowing the Yankees can do, they have Tanaka, they have Patterson, they have Herman, and they could maybe bring up Severino. I mean, I'm sure they'll try their very best to utilize him as a starter. I'm sure they'll probably try to drag him out in the bullpen for a bit, get him warmed up. You don't need too many innings from him. You need maybe 4 innings, but if it was 4 innings, 1-run ball, it'd be a lot better than what Happ and Sabathia can offer us. And Severino doesn't give up homers either. Yes, he had a poor second half of 2018, but doesn't give up home runs. So hopefully it'll do good for us. And I actually just had an article that came out today. I'll write it down here for anyone who's interested. Give me 1 second. And I'll post that on my social media as well as my mailing list. And if you want to be on the mailing list, please let me know. I'll write that as well. We're starting a couple minutes, so I have some time. Alrighty, so let me give you guys the starting lineup for this. We have Marcus Semien, Matt Chapman, Matt Olson, Mark Hanna, Chris Davis, Chad Pinder, Jerson Profire, I think Steven Noose, hope that's his first name, Josh Fegley, and Sean Manaea. And here is J.A. Happ for the Yankees on the bum. He's 11-8 this season with a 5.6 ERA or something like that, which is awful. And I actually say he's stepping in the right direction. And I think that's because his last start, where he had in 5 innings pitched, gave it 3 earned runs, which might be his ceiling at this point. And that's not even a quality start. So not ideal to have that as your 4th start. I know the Yankees really have a great offense, but And that's your peak. That's not really helpful. And it's even worse that we have him under contract for at least next year. No way he's getting that 30-year vesting option of $17 million. No way in heck is that going to happen. So, yeah, hopefully he can end this September well, and rather end this 2019 well, and hopefully be a decent starter for us in the playoffs. He's going to face up against Semien, a switch hitter batting from the right side, and here comes the pitch. There's a fastball right down the pipe 0-1. Actually, I'm not sure if Semion's a switch hitter or not, but he definitely is batting righty since he's doing that right now. And one interesting thing that I learned about Semien is he's actually one of the best players in baseball according to F-WAR, otherwise known as Fangraphs WAR, and WAR itself is called wins above replacement, which is kind of this overwhelming stat that takes every single factor in consideration, gives you a quantitative number to show how much better you are than replacement level players. So, for example, Marcus Semien has a F4 of about 5.5 or so, which means he's 5.5 wins better than a replacement level player, and has given his team 5.5 more wins. You see the value there. It's a very important stat. He ranks like top 5 in the American League. And it's very surprising because this guy, a couple years ago, I think he led his league in errors at least once, maybe twice. And now he's one of the better defenders at shortstop in the game. And he has 25 homers, gets on base a lot, and kind of does everything right. And he's also a leadoff hitter, too, and has a good deal of RBIs, I think around the 70s. So, yeah, he's been pretty good for the A's. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball misses upstairs, full count. The A's have really wrecked the Yankees in the past couple years, pretty much more than any other team. Got to work my pronunciations. And Semien swings through the fastball, so a good start for Happ right here. Wins the battle in a 6-pitch at bat, 1 away. And that was a fastball right down the pipe, and Semien just could not get a hold of it. Really, he had a pretty muscular swing there. Wasn't going to get cheated on that one. So here's the number 2 hitter, Matt Chapman. And speaking of having high F4s, Chapman, I think, still ranks among the highest in the American League. There's that slider dumps in for a strike in the outside corner on 1. He's hit 30 homers for the first time, and granted, this is only his second full season. And his defense at third might be the best in baseball, better than Donaldson, better than Rendon, better than Turner, and of course perhaps better than Arenado and Machado. So, very impressive as that slider misses outside 2-1. Last year he had about 24 homers, and this year is 30, and we still have a month left to go. So he's been excellent for the A's so far. They really have some blossoming guys across the diamond offensively. I mean, as we talked about Marcus Semien to Matt Chapman. We have Matt Olson over at first, who missed like the first month or two with a hand injury and still has 28 home runs and just about 370 plate appearances, which is really impressive. And Chapman swings through the fastball, so it's a full count now. Absolutely some swing and misses on that fastball, which you haven't seen too often. And it's interesting because last year he used his fastball a ton, and this year it's less so. At least less so as of late, and it's been helping him. Even that swing right there, fastball in the corner, kind of a defensive swing from Chapman. You know, he's hitting the corners today so far. He's been pretty effective. And he's even had a pitches right over the plate with a fastball, but he's getting them to swing and miss, which is different than what he's usually done because his fastball only plays up to 93, maybe 94. It's not the fastest of fastballs in baseball. And he keeps working Chapman on that edge, and he keeps fouling it off. So the first two guys have really drawn out the pitch count for Happ, already at 13 pitches, and this will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. So Chapman right here. And the A's are a very modern-day, savvy offensive team. As that fastball misses low, so Happ walks Chapman, first base runner of the game. I think his walk rate has gone up too, and that's not a good sign as well. Because Happ gives a lot of homers, and when you walk a lot of guys too, those don't really go together because it's not the solo homers that will kill him, it's the 3-run homers. And here's Matt Olson. We're talking about, he came up really the same amount of time or same time as Matt Chapman. And like I said, 27 home runs. So I was off by one in 102 games, which is incredibly impressive. And he's also a really good defender at first base. I'm not sure if he won a Gold Glove last year, but he's definitely a well-regarded defender as he swung through that fastball and won. But as I was mentioning with the A's, they are a very typical offensively laden team. They have a lot of guys who get on base well and a lot of home runs. And broken bat hit up the middle. Tito's taking itself, fires to first, and in time. So a 6-3 double play. Hap loves it, points his GD appreciation, and a relatively quiet inning from the A's as we head to the bottom of the first. Score is tied 0-0. Yankees due up. Alrighty, so we are back. Yankees have LeMahieu, Judge, Torres, Sanchez, Flores, Voit, Gardner, Frazier, and Tauchman batting today. And yes, I am wearing my glasses. I have reading glasses, and I should really be wearing this more, so I'll be wearing this for the game today. So here's Manaea sporting those high green and yellow A's high socks. Last year, this is how good he was. He went 12-9 with a 3.59 ERA and 160.2 innings pitched. He had 108 strikeouts. So not the best strikeout numbers, but excuse me, he does get guys out, and I think he walks a decent amount of guys, but I don't think he gives up a lot of hits. So I'm guessing he's kind of a ground ball-esque guy. Don't know too much about him. I know he was a highly touted A's prospect for a while. Last year was his first full year. Did great, and then he got injured, and now this is his first start in 2019. So it'll be cool to see how he does. And that fastball misses outside 1-0. So Mayhew actually helped the Yankees get their first win over the A's this season, as they were over 4 against them before he even got swept in Oakland. As that ball was fouled off 1-1. In the 11th inning yesterday, LeMahieu clubbed a 97-mile-per-hour fastball, which is high in the zone, over the right field fence. And he's been excellent for us this year. He's batting .333, 24 homers, 90 RBIs from mostly leadoff role. And I think it's like a 920 OPS too. So he has been excellent for us this year. As that ball is popped up and out of play. The funny thing of yesterday when he walked it off is that he struck out 3 times before. And, he probably looked down at every person in Yankees lineup, and they've probably had a 3 strikeout game this season. I was surprised that LeMahieu had one. I mean, this guy's contact skills are really good. He's kind of a dinosaur in today's ballgame. It's that fastball misses upstairs 2-2. So the fact that he struck out 3 times and then he still came through. I mean, he's still a clutch guy. I mean, his teammates even call La Machina, which means the machine, which is a nice eulogy to, or nice, I guess, head nod. I'm not finding the right word for it, to Stan Musial, who is just the machine for the Cardinals, because year in, year out, game in, game out. He was there for them and came through for them when needed. Here comes the payoff pitch. And that ball's caught pretty well. Deep center field, but right there is Kana actually caught it very awkwardly. Kind of died down near the track, but still roped that one pretty well, about 390 feet away. So allowed first out from Omehu. Comes the pitch to Judge. Swings through that fastball in one. So apparently the reason why Kana had trouble with that is because the wind is blowing in. So probably actually had the distance to be out of the ballpark, but then it blew back in. And that's what made Kana kind of catch the ball below his knees, and it was a really awkward catch. I mean, he got under it, but just didn't catch it that well. Now it's an out. But it was because of the wind and not really because of skill. As that fastball misses upstairs. So against Judge so far, Manea is peppering him on the outside corner. Judge has really done better as of late. Brought his batting average up to 281. And that's never high fly ball, but this one will not get out or anywhere close to it. As Pinder makes the catch in right field, 2 away. And Manea did get Judge an outside pitch there as well. So one approach there, and he got the job done. But it's interesting because my last article got published today, and I'll post it afterwards, and it's on the comment section as well. But my article last week, or I think a week or two ago, was about how if Judge is still affected by an oblique strain, and I looked at all these stats, and you're more than welcome to check out the article on that sports page. But it really looked like he was being affected by it. So ball's popped up in foul territory. Who's going to catch it? Chapman is under it and makes the catch, battling the sun. So an easy 1-2-3 inning. More on Judge, but he has put the oblique strain worries to rest, and I wasn't the only one who was slumped to rest. He's homered like 7 times in like the last 9 games, and he's been excellent for us. And he could still get 20 homers this year, which if you told people that even 2 weeks ago, before the Dodgers, they would laugh at you, or they would be very surprised. But regardless, we have a 0-0 ball game as we head to the top of the second, and talk a little bit more about that when we get back. And we are back as that fastball misses outside 1 0 to Mark Canha, who's also, like I said, the A's have a lot of good names here, good offensive names here, and Canha's one of them. He plays great defense in center field, and he's fast, and he has 20 homers and it's like a 930 OPS. Look at this on base percentage, 390. Actually, 23 homers in just 101 games. So really having a great year, a breakout year. He's been the A's system for a while as well. And here comes the 1-1. And that cutter misses low, 2-1. But yeah, more about Judge. I mean, people were starting to write him off, and I was even thinking about that a little bit too. I was talking with some Mets fans actually. A good deal about baseball. It's that fastball misses low, 3-1. We're saying, well, they agreed with me. Judge may not get to where he was that rookie season, and that a couple more years like this, and he may not really be the captain or be named captain at some point, whichever one. A lot of people have speculated that he would be, and perfect to lead off walk to a very speedy base runner. That's great. Lead off walk score about 50% of the time, so you can already feel the home run that Happ will give up to one of these guys, and Chris Davis and Jurickson Profile I'm definitely eyeballing them right now. Right now, yeah, we do have Chris Davis. He has 20th home run. Good day to do it against Happ. That left on right matchup, perfect for him. And a good cut there. That was a fastball right down the pipe 0-1. Davis just missed, fouled it off, and he scored that up well. That would be out of the ballpark a long way. But as I was saying with Judge, who actually originally got drafted by the A's in high school, but then turned down to go to Fresno State University, is that he's kind of, with this recent stretch, it's like, all right, this is the Judge we all know and love. He's not slumping anymore. This guy, maybe not as injury prone as we thought. He's working his way through it. So, it's great. I mean, we have so many good guys in our offense, and Judge being one of them, and getting back into things and seeming more and more dangerous as a number 2 hitter, which is where he should belong. Excuse me. I mean, think of that. You have a guy who's 6'7", who has an amazing eye, and allowed 52 homers as your number 2 guy. And then you have LeMahieu as your number 1 guy. That's pretty intimidating. And then you have, Gleyber Torres with 32 homers, and Gary Sanchez with 32 homers right behind those two. And this isn't even our full lineup, because Voit, who's back in today, is getting back into things. We also are missing Edwin Encarnacion and Aaron Hicks. And I feel like I'm forgetting one more guy. Not Jacoby Ellsbury, because that guy's been written off for kind of a long time. Yeah, there's one more guy. I mentioned my article, but yeah, it's dropped the middle, and that's through the hole into center field. Gardner's to run a long way. I think Canha, he'll go to third very easily. So, like I said, here it comes. Here comes the runs for the A's. And I'm not very surprised since this is J.A. Happ, and this is what he's done all year. And I know sometimes I sound a bit cynical, but really not a great start for Happ this inning. And very homer prone. There's a lot of guys on base, high ERA, good offensive team. I mean, this is an offensive team we can see in the playoffs. I mean, the A's are right within the wild card running. And if we get the best record in the league, which hopefully we should, we're a game above the Astros right now, as Pinder swings through that slider on 1. And we'll be facing the A's or the Indians or the Rays, and possibly the Red Sox, but I doubt they'll be able to come back from the hole they set themselves in, losing 12 out of 19 right after the All-Star break, kind of dimmed their hopes for the playoffs. Fastball misses upstairs 1-1. I could really use a non-productive out right here. Pop to the infield, a very shallow fly ball, or strikeout. That'd be ideal right now. That way the Nets batter. I know Profile is fast. He hit into double play yesterday, so that's what you want to see. Obviously, if he gives a 1 run, not the worst case scenario here. Actually, excuse me, for Hap, that would be really good because, you know, first and third, 0 out against J Hap, and it's a good offensive hitting team. You expect at least 2 runs to score. Both runners in first and third will probably score the same. So if one run scores, that's not that bad. As no help from home plate umpires to Sharewater. Hope I'm saying his last name right on that call right there. That was a cutter, the inside corner. Sanchez didn't frame it poorly. Just no call from Stu behind the plate. Comes 2-1. Oof. Hanging slider, or I think hanging cutter rather. Top the zone. Yeesh. Glad he got that one back. A couple of times today, he's actually hit the corners pretty well, but other times he has thrown it right on the plate. And I swear there will be a giant mistake to come from that. Again, it'd be a really, really big win for us today. Very good. Yes, a strikeout. All right. That's what we want to see. Hap's following my recipe for success. One away. Gets up his second strikeout of the day. Now we just need another double play. Didn't really locate his fastball where Sanchez wanted it. One inside, one outside, but still got the job done. So, of course, we'll take it. Here's Jurison Profile, who in game 1 really wrecked the Yankees. He had 4 RBIs, I think like a 2-run homer and a 2-run double, and he also made some great defensive plays. I think he made a really good defensive play to end the game. And kind of a high note on a bit of a disappointing season from Profile. But also, speaking about the A's before, I was mentioning something about, like I said, they're an offensive-laden team. It's the type of offense we're going to see. And I'll just go on a tangent with this. Hap, this is a good test for him. Ball ground to short. There's one. On to first. And in time, double play. 6-4-3. And I really hope the A's don't challenge it. Profile pretty fast. And really good job by Didi. Kind of gave that toss to Torres on the run. And Torres made a good, strong throw to first. And just got out Profile. He lost his helmet along the way. So 6-4-3 double play. Oh, yeah. Actually, I remember what I was going to talk about the A's now. And I'll say that quickly on the break. Is that this is an important win since we lost the series in Oakland. This is the rubber game between the Yankees and A's. If they win this game, they win the series. And if they also get the win today, it will be our 90th win of the season. First team 90 wins in baseball year if we do this. So hopefully we can get the dub and, Hap really picked us up right there. Worked himself in and out of trouble. So maybe this will be one of his better starts. And, by all means, I want him to prove me wrong. I want to prove all the Yankee fans wrong about how he's acted this season. And he could do that by having a good start to the month of September. With that being said, we still have a 0-0 ball game as we head to the bottom of the second. Alrighty. So Sanchez making history right here. In the first 96 games of the season, Sanchez ranks third on the list with 32 home runs, which is really remarkable because that means it's a home run every 3 games on average. And this is all time. So it's very impressive. And with his success at the plate this year has kind of drowned out a lot of doubts about his offensive ability because last year he batted under 200 and he only had 18 homers. Still not bad for a catcher, but he's really drowned it out this year. And that fastball misses inside 101. And actually became the fastest American League player to 100 home runs. And he did it in 355 games. So it's a home run every 3.55 games on average, which is incredibly amazing, especially for a catcher too, because catchers are more there for their defense than their offensive prowess, and to be a two-way player like that is really impressive. I mean, I bet you're going to see more and more catchers doing a bit well at the plate just because of this home run ball era. But still hitting 30 plus homers as a catcher is really unheard of. I mean, it's happened before, of course, but he's already had more home runs in a season now twice than any other Yankee catcher, more than Berra, more than Posada. I think at most have 30 home runs, and he has 33 back in 2017 and already 32 this year with a month left to go. And fastball called, strike 3 on the lower part of the plate as there's one away, and Manaea picks up his first strikeout of the game. Actually, that's a changeup. Yeah, good. It was a good changeup. Started off the plate, kind of near left-handed hitters' batter spots, and then went right over the heart of the plate. So, good pitch for Manaea, getting a good hitter out. Besides that first big out from LeMahieu, he's done a pretty good job with the Yankees lineup so far. And here's Gregorius. Said fastball is down to pipe 0-1. Serdi this season's batting .253, 13 homers, 45 RBIs, and a .286 on base percentage in 62 games. So, not bad. Home run numbers are certainly not bad at all. About a homer every 5 games. Average, not that bad. RBIs, not that bad. On base percentage, that's terrible. You can't be that have an on base percentage under 300. That's just, you can't. Fastball misses upstairs 1-2. And I read an article the other day about whether the Yankees should keep Didi or not because he's going to be a free agent next year. And you could say, well, he had Tommy John surgery and he's maybe still recovering from that. And you don't really know how he will be in a full season again until next year. It's that fastball misses upstairs 2-2, which is all very true. But depends on how much he's asking for. And this one guy said if they ask for $10 million or more, that may not be an ideal situation. I would say 10 at most. $10 million at most. I would give him a 3-year deal, $10 million at most for each year on average. Yeah, so that ball is fouled off to the left side, still 2-2. Because no, we don't need him. As much as I love Didi, and I love his smile, I love his background. He speaks 4 languages. He's an amazing artist, and he always does these emojis after the game. Shows up his artwork, and he's not a bad shortstop. Although FanGraphs will see otherwise. He does pass the eye test though, and he's not a bad hitter. He's okay at best. In this game where you have Bogarts and Correa, and Gregorius swings and misses at the slider right there, 2 away. So after having no strikeouts in the game so far, I mean, it's only been an inning and 2/3, and then he gets back-to-back strikeouts right here. That was a really nasty slider, just kept drifting away, and Gregorius had no chance in that one. Tried going the other way with it, but just couldn't catch up to it, 2 away. And as I said, we don't really need Gregorius, and we have shift Torres over to short, and he's really just as good as Gregorius at that position. Mayhew shifted over to second. We have Urshela and Duhar. Can't believe I blanked on his name for a second since he was so relevant last year at third, and then you have Voit over at first, and Duharkin spent some time there as well. So we're pretty set. It's been about first baseman. Here's Luke Voigt. We didn't realize he was back. Actually, he was in yesterday's game too, and I think he just got off the injured list. So it's nice to have him back in the lineup. We do have him sits in the order as he has a high pop up. And Noisy will make the catch. So it's not Noose, even though his last name is spelled N-U-S-E, is Noisy, which is interesting. But once again, Manea has a 1-2-3 inning as we head to the top of the third. Alrighty, we are back. We have Noisy, Fagley, and Semyon all due up this inning at the very least against Hap. Really came in clutch last inning, getting that double play and a strikeout. That was really, I think, like the first time I've seen Hap get out of a jam like that in a while. So, hey, maybe this could be this beginning of a turning point, and hopefully I'm not speaking too soon. Noisy, they just showed his numbers in AAA, and he is insane. He had a 316 batting average, 27 home runs, 102 RBIs. And granted, I think the minor leagues is like about 80 something games during the season, so that's really good. And yeah, that's very impressive. So good job for Noisy. A well-deserved promotion. And I think he was up yesterday too for the A's, and not he definitely was because I remember seeing him on the highlights. He actually struck out against Weisiger with the bases loaded, and he actually got a big jam, and that helped the Yankees push the ball game to 11 innings and eventually led them to win the ball game. So he was definitely up there yesterday. So I wonder when they promoted him, but very well deserving. And it's interesting because he's actually a third baseman by trade, but the A's already have a very, very good third baseman in Matt Chapman over at the hot corner, so they moved Noisy over to second base. Here's a 2-2, and he swings and misses at the slider outside off the plate. So Hap picks up his third strike of the ball game. You know, this is where you get riled up. You got the double play to any last inning. You got the double play in the first inning. You're feeling yourself a bit today. You have something to prove. You got one last month to show the Yankees that, hey, I am a viable starter as a pitcher in the playoffs. So the team can very well face in the playoffs. So, hey, this is an important start for Hap. He is doing really good so far. Got into a bit of traffic last inning, but as long as he got out of it, it's okay. Here's Fegley, who actually has 10 homers on the season, as he fouls that one off the other way, excuse me. Now 0-2. So this is what I'm talking about. I feel like the home run revolution will involve everyone. I still think defensive catchers will have value. I still think that guys like Rene Rivera will have a place in baseball, who really can only catch and doesn't hit that well. Or guys like Tomas Nido from the Mets, who are defensive first catchers. But then you're seeing guys like Fegley, double-digit home runs. That's very good for a catcher still. You see Austin Romine with 10 homers last year. You see Mitch Garver, who no one is talking about. And I think he's second all of baseball in home runs. So Noisy grounds to second, fires to first in time. Actually, no, it was Fegley. Excuse me. Fegley ground to second. 2 away. Him and Noisy kind of, I think, had a similar hairstyle. So I got confused for a second. But here comes Marcus Semien, who struck out swinging his first time up, and Hap is looking for his first 1-2-3 inning, trying to match Manea for the first time. As that slider just missed outside 1-0. Like I said, guys like Hap and CC who don't throw overly hard, as that slider misses low. Actually, I think it's a cutter. 2-0. Guys who want overpower, they got to work off the edges. See that pitch just missed. See the pitch in the outside corner just missed. You got to be able to keep the ball in the ballpark. You lay one over the pipe. But that one he got lucky. That was over the pipe, and that one's popped up. Does Voigt have a play on it? And yes, he does. So an easy 1-2-3 inning for Hap. Got lucky in that one. The A's have, I think because he's throwing his fastball less, that's come as a bit of a surprise to the A's. But he's gotten a little bit lucky today, throwing some pitches over the plate. A's really haven't hit him too hard today, which is great, and so far doing very well. Best start I think anyone's seen from him in a while. So as we head to the bottom of the third, still no score. So we are back. I'm pretty sure that Mike Mussina got inducted to the Yankees Hall of Fame today, and he was, as many of you should know, that he was inducted to the Hall of Fame this year, and rightly so, because he won 270 games, and despite him having a bit of a high ERA, it was actually much better than the league average ERA, because in the early 2000s, home runs were going left and right because of the steroid era, and Mussina never did roids, and he still pitched very well, very dependable. And actually, in his last season, he won 20 games, which is incredible. So facing off against Goddard in this left-on-left matchup. Fastball hits the inside corner, 0-1. I don't have too much memory of Messina since I don't think I started getting to baseball until 2007. But yeah, for the Yankees, went 123 and 72 with a 3.88 ERA. So had a very, very nice career for New York. Won a World Series with us too. I think maybe even a couple. So, you know, really cool to see him in the booth and see him in the Hall of Fame. And high pop, who's going to catch it? And there is no play. This ball went out of play. So it's a 1-2 count. And it's funny because Messina looks like exactly the same, just has a little bit of peach fuzz, a little goatee around. Not a very like bushy goatee, but like kind of I think it's like light brown hair. So it's like grayish and got some brown in it. It's cool. It's cool to see him. Like he really has not changed that much. And speaking of change, will the Yankees have a different outfitter than Brett Gardner next year? As he swings through that fastball, Manea, I believe, picks up his third strikeout. Yes, I'm correct. So he's mowed down his first 7 hitters. Gardner's had himself a pretty good offensive year and is still one of the best defensive outfitters in the game. And I think he deserves time spent next year because Stanton always gets injured and he's still a good outfielder. And at the very least, be a 4th outfielder for us. So, but maybe they don't want to get in the way of this guy right here, Twint Frazier, number 77, back in pinstripes. And even had a snarky remark today. It's like, hey, it's the first time I feel like I'm really being called up in a while. Especially if New York media, you don't want them to be on your bad side. There's another time where he posts himself like in a hoodie, feeling sad with the Scranton Headlights, which is the Yankees AAA affiliate, above his head. A lot of people took that as like, oh, the ball's ground to third. Chapman fires to first in time, 2 away. A lot of people took that as, oh, he's being kind of like that spoiled brat. Not saying that he is, but that was kind of the interpretation of it. I mean, and at one point, he was actually very candid. He said, I don't know what to say anymore. Whatever I say, it's just going to be constructed in a different way, which means I do think you're kind of taking words out of his mouth. But he said, whatever I say is just going to go against me, but I just really want to be up in the big leagues, man. And, it is a shame because Tauchman, did outplay him. At the time, he didn't. Tauchman was just better defensively and a better runner. And now he's a starter for the Yankees while Stanton's still injured. I think Stanton's making his way back. We should probably see him the next 2 weeks or so, and it'll be interesting to see how effective he'll be in this Yankee lineup. Oh, that was the guy I was missing, Stanton, which is he's a big guy to miss. As that fastball misses upstairs, 1-1. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Encarnacion and Voit and Stanton and Hicks, all very strikeout-prone, homer-hitting guys, do when they go back into a lineup that's been really good of runners in scoring position, from Sanchez and Torres to even better Urshela and LeMahieu, and even Judge a bit. So how will those guys fare? Do you really, do you want those guys on when you need to push across that 1 run or second and third and a tough pitcher going? That ball's laced and right into right field, into the mid of Pinder. So Manea has mowed down the first 9 hitters in the lineup. He's doing very well so far. Again, as we head to the top of the 4th, we have no score. we are back. We actually missed a couple of pitches because of the lag, but right now Matt Chapman in an 0-2 hole against Hap, and so far has been really economical, as Michael K loves to say. In 3 innings pitched, he had 45 pitches thrown, which is very good. And he just struck out Matt Chapman on 3 pitches. That's what you love to see. And Hap picked up his 4th strikeout. Yeah, I actually disagree with that. They were saying that with Messina and Booth, he was a lot more chatty. I mean, they're asking him, questions and about Hall of Fame, and he felt pride about himself. But he also was incredibly humble. He was like, yeah, I just pitched for a long time. Didn't even say like, oh yeah, I deserved it. Like he said, like, oh yeah, they voted for me, and I made me feel like I deserve it. Very, very humble guy, and he's always been very. I do remember as a quiet guy, just went about his business, and of course did it very well, Hall of Fame worthy. And that cutter missed a 1-1 count to Matt Olson, who I also believe has done it well against the Yankees this season so far. So more about Messina. Spent 10 seasons in the Orioles, 8 of the Yankees, a 5-time All-Star, won 7 Gold Gloves, 20-game winner. It's that fastball hits the outside corner, and Olson swung and missed at it, so it's a 1-2 count. He's sporting a brown hickory bat, which is one of the more popular brands in baseball today. And fastball just missed upstairs. Have a little more extra mustard on that. Was at 94. It's funny because usually you see him 89 to 92. Today's kind of been 92, 94. Feeling the heat right now. 74 and partly cloudy right now in New York, so just feeling it. Groundsman went right back to Mayhew at second. Actually, LeMahieu's playing third, but was shifted over towards the second base side of the bag. But nonetheless, Olson grounded to a 5-3. Oh, yeah, it's interesting. I didn't realize that. So one of the conversations on the channel I'm watching the game on is that what was your favorite Mike Messina moment? And he actually, in the 2003 ALCS Game 7, he threw 3 scoreless innings, which set up Boone's home run. And yes, Boone is our manager as well, in that home run against Tim Wakefield, and helped the Yankees win the ball game. Here's the 0-1. And cutter missed inside 1-1. And you see Messina actually being very vocal, telling Torrey, hey, you stay there. And Torrey's like, okay. And he went back to the dugout and all smiles. And yeah, he was feeling himself that day and, pushed the Yankees to the 2003 World Series. And Kenneth Falsa went off 1-2. I got to say, I really hope I'm not jinxing it. This is the most relaxed I've felt with Hap on the mound since, I think, last year when he went 8-0 or 7-0 down the stretch for us. So, high praise for Hap, and I would love for him to be a postseason starter for us because he's actually done very well for us away, where he's not as affected by the home run ball as that fastball misses upstairs 2-2. And if he can pitch at home as well, just anywhere. It doesn't have to exactly be a starter necessarily, but can pitch out of the pen for us and be fine. Use guys out of the pen. I don't really trust Nestor Cortez Jr. Even Loaiza is a little shaky for me out of the pen. Maybe Montgomery, but he hasn't also pitched in a year. And Sanchez calls time, puts his hand on the chest saying, my bad, as Hap was already going through the motions. It's funny, we're not even an hour into the game, which is crazy. We're almost through 3.5 innings of play. It's really speeding by. As that slider misses inside, full count. Don't lose him now. If he gets a hit off, he gets a hit off you, but please don't walk him. Not saying attack him, not saying throw one down the pipe, but please don't walk him. I really hate those 2-out walks or even no-out walks. Start of a rally right then, like that. And kind of fouls off that fastball. Having a good at bat right here. This will be a Hap's 60th pitch of the ball game. Pitch count still looking very good. And I'll be interested to see how far it goes today. If he'll go into any more trouble, or we'll be seeing more of this. And actually, he's only given up one hit. There were twice two runners on base because of walks. Hit innocently enough was a single through the hole from Chris Davis. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was a very soft single too, and that's the only hit of the ball game from either side. I mean, they have actually had some decent at bats, like right off to start of the game. Semyon and Chapman, they did well. This is a really good at bat from Connor, kind of the best at bat in a while. Posted one into center field, but right there is Gardner to make the catch, and Hap has retired the last 1, 2, 3, 6, 8 guys. Wow. So he's done very well right now. And again, no scores. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Well, that's unfinished, so we are pretty much just about back to the baseball game. Actually, the final start of Messina's career got his 20th win. I forgot about that. Actually, it's the last day of the season this year. So LeMahieu skies the one the other way and foul. 0-1. Now, even though LeMahieu still leads the American League in batting average, I think his batting average has gone a little bit down. I mean, still batting probably over 300 during that span, but I think he's striking a little bit more. I think having a little bit less multi-hit games. I mean, I could be very wrong since I haven't seen Yankees play too much recently. I just watched like the recap videos, but that's kind of the gist I'm getting from him. It'll still being excellent for us. Still the machine when in doubt. As that slider misses low 2-1. But yeah, I think his first half was slightly better than the second half. As that ball is fouled off. Now 2-2. It is really amazing. 90 RBIs from the leadoff spot. I mean, that's insane. That's like Charlie Blackmon, Mookie Betts type of deal. And I know Blackmon's kind of skewered by a potent Rockies offense at home, but and Betts also has a bunch of really good hitters in the Red Sox lineup. But Mayhew being that category is pretty amazing, as he holds off on the slider there, full count. So hopefully the second time through the order, Yankees can pick up their first hit. And if I never saw a perfect game, if I never saw a no-hitter, I'd be perfectly fine seeing that against the Yankees. That was that one time I got to see it. watch it or just be at a game. And off the glove Manea, this will be the first hit of the game for the Yankees. So it's a base hit right back to the pitcher. Manea actually chased after himself. So just a second hit of the ball game, and right as I say, no hitter or perfect game, just like that it ends. So, I jinxed it, but that's okay because I would obviously prefer another team get no hitter, perfect game the Yankees are playing against rather than my own team. So, all right, let's get started here. We got a base runner on. We got Judge up. I like where things is going. Top of the order. Hap's been pitching well for us so far. He was sporting those really cool sunglasses. I like the sunglasses that like cops in movies wear, like those like orange, like Oakley sunglasses or something. Judge fouls the one off on one. So far, May has just thrown everything outside at Judge, nothing inside, which is interesting because they've been throwing inside to him a little bit more this year, 4% more than Major League average. But now he's starting to hit home runs on the inside pitch again. So, be interesting to see if Manea just keeps attacking him outside. That fastball is right down the pipe 0-2. Judge run through that one. Manea, talking about being economical, only had 45 pitches so far, including this inning. So he has been really good. They're racking up 3 strikeouts just on a hit. Really good start for the first time in 2019. Here comes the 0-2. And Judge struck out on 3 pitches, so Manea picks up his 4th strikeout of the game. And good sequence there. Actually, all fastballs. Fastball outside corner, fastball middle away, fastball upstairs, and bada boo, bada bing. Judge is down. And here's Gilbert Torres. Actually, I'm mistaken about Torres. He has 33 home runs, not 32. So he does have the home run lead for the Yankees this year. And it's quite amazing. I mean, yes, he had 13 of those home runs against the Orioles. I mean, to get all those home runs, he's still a 20-homer player. They still have a whole month left. So, yeah, he's pretty good. And he's actually pretty good defensively at second. I think short is a little bit below average, but so is Gregorius according to Fangraphs. So, he's not a bad guy. I mean, he certainly passed the eye test of the defense. As that curveball or slider, I don't know what that pitch is for him. It moves like kind of the same way, at least from his standpoint. I think I'm actually going to go with curveball, yeah. Seems some of them have been loopy, and some of them, like that one was loopy, and it missed badly. So I'm not sure if that's a curveball or a slider. That ball, nice job by Chapman. Fires second on to first in time. Wow. He really ate up that ball real well. That ball's a one bounce right into his gut. And just give a very strong throw to Noisy at second, who fired to first, and inning double play. So, still 12 up, 12 down so far, pretty much. And as we head to the 5th, again, still no score. We literally just passed the hour mark of the game. It's insane. Just heard a pretty cool fact that the Indians, there's 16 encounters with the Tigers this season. I beat them 15 out of 16 times. So you talk about the Yankees beating the Orioles. This is even worse. And how the Indians beat the Tigers. I mean, they are a really bad team. I think they're either 45 and 90 or 40 and 93. I think the latter. Is that fastball? It's the outside corner, 1-1. So Davis, who's up now, is the only guy that Happ is not retired. Happ has actually retired the last 8 batters. And one guy who hasn't retired is Davis. Yeesh. That cutter really just missed, and that hit the inside corner according to the K zone. Yeah, Davis actually having a bit of a down year. I bet you, as I say that, he's going to hit a home run or something like that. And he just a swing there now, a 3-1 count. But last 2 years, so like 40 plus home runs. Bad second 247. He actually did the 4 years straight, which is incredible, especially in baseball and especially in today's baseball where average fluctuates way more. Yeah. Swings at a 3-1 there and fouls it off full count. This year he's struggling to hit 20 home runs and batting 215, so a bit of a down year for Davis. Still better than the other Chris Davis from the Orioles, who is worth -4 WAR the last 2 years. And that fastball just misses low. I'm happy about it. That one and the slider we saw before really didn't miss by much. Never good. Start off an inning with a walk. So that's tough. Luckily, Davis isn't that fast over at first base. It's that fastball misses outside 1-0. I gotta give Shearwater credit. He's been pretty consistent today, but he has a really tight strike zone. He doesn't really call anything off the plate. Anything slightly low has to be there. Is that fastball that's low? So now it's 2-0 to Pinder after Happ walked the first guy. And come on, it's a 0-0 game. Gotta settle down right now. Gotta find your groove. It's been excellent so far. We need him right now. So it would be a big outing from Happ if he can get through it. Fastball misses low and outside, 3-0. I wonder if the Yankees would start getting their bullpen going. Hey, this is, they've pretty much locked down the division and are almost definitely going to the playoffs. So that fastball misses outside. So back-to-back walks and walked Pinder on 4 pitches. So Hampson is first sign of trouble since the second inning. Got out of it last time. Will he get out of it this time? And Profar hit the Yankees really well the first game, but struggled the last 2. Let's see how he'll do in this situation. Try to make up for the last couple of days. Again, same thing. Happ would love to see a double play or a strikeout right here. As Profar shows bunt, but then pulls it back. 1-0. A lot of them are just missing low. Not missing by much, and you can see Happ visibly frustrated. I feel like the umpire isn't on his side, but he's a professional. Happ is a veteran, to say the least, and you can't get angry by that stuff. You just get like, all right, just gotta be a little better. That's all there is to it. You can't make a face. You can't get annoyed. You can't look back, especially in a 0-0 game. It's a 10-0 game, okay. Can't be doing that right now. Fastball misses outside, 2-0. Yeah, good call by Larry Rothschild. Trying to calm down Happ. If I'm Boone right now, I'm calling someone in the bullpen. Before this gets out of hand. So this is a winnable game. A very winnable game. May is pitching well right now, too, so Happ needs to be on par with him. Needs to. And I wonder how far they'll let him go. Let's say he gets out of this one. Okay, he's at 85 pitches. He struggled this inning. Do you throw him out there for a sixth inning? No, you at the very least, if they do that, they have to have a reliever going as well. Come on, hopefully that mound visit will get Hap going. It's been excellent so far. Really, this is the best start I've seen from him this season. I would hate to see him blow it away right here. Because he's angry at an umpire for not giving him straight set or borderline. I'm sure that's not all there is to it, but it's definitely a factor. Nope, and that fastball misses outside, so that's 7 balls in a row. Great. Come on, Hap. Come on. Just when we're thinking you're doing well, you come on. It's not even they're hitting well against you. You're just throwing balls. You're getting annoyed. I'm getting annoyed now. As well as whoever else is watching this game. There we go. There's a strike. Thank you, Stu Walter. That's probably what's going through Hap's mind for finally giving our boy Hap a strike. Really. Means so much to us. And I wonder if you'll see Boone and Garner start getting annoyed. There are some pitches that just missed. Ooh, really good swing from Profar. Could have been a double down the line, but went foul. That just showed why Boone's such a good manager, because yesterday he went to the mound and just talked with Herman, not take him out, and then Herman got out of the inning. It shows how much faith he has in him, and I think he's good at developing players too. I mean, you look at last season, Torres and Duhart breakout. This season, Herman breakout, Talkman breakout, Maven breakout, Urshela breakout. You know, you got to give some credit to Aaron Boone. I mean, of course, the players deserve most of the credit, but I think he's really a person's manager. More so than Girardi. Girardi wasn't that bad of it, but these guys like Boone and Roberts and AJ Hinch, the data-driven guys who GMs kind of give them their lineup, they're kind of people-first players, people-first managers, excuse me. It's a payoff pitch. Ball popped up. Does Judge have a beat on it? No, he does not, as it's out of play. Would have been a big out if he got it there. So has to keep battling. This could be the bat of the game right here. If Hap loses the bat, it'll be the game. If he wins it, well, he keeps the Yankees going. He really has to buckle down. He's a veteran. Just come on. I know he struggled with loss this year, but you gotta throw strikes right now. I don't care if he gets a hit off you. Yes, straight 3 called, inside corner, great pitch. Profar can't believe it. He turned his back on it, couldn't hit it. There we go. There we go, Hap. That's what you like to see. Now, let's get this bread right now. Good job by Sanchez, really framing that in the corner. And I bet Hap is saying, thank God that the umpire finally gave me something. Not that Sherwater has really given him some bad calls, but I'm sure that one felt really good of Hap. Noisy does not look fast at all. Let's get a double play right here. 3rd one in the game. Great. Starts with a fastball right down the pipe 0-1. Love to see it. Hey, Noisy struggled with runners in scoring position yesterday. Struck out with the bases loaded. Given the opportunity for the A's. So kind of has some shot of redemption right here. Hopefully Hap can nip that in the bud. Really good job against Profar. Really battled his way back. That ball's popped up. There we go. Who's going to catch it? It'll be Aaron Judge. And he gives a look to Davis at second, but no go. So there we go. Hap finding his groove again. I think if he gets out of this one, I think Nat Sterling can pitch too. He just dropped the ball. That's funny. Luckily, it wasn't on the mound yet, or else it would have been a balk. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Fegley, 251 batting average, 10 homers, 52 RBIs. That's really good for a catcher. And this might start becoming the average for a catcher, which is insane. Considering a catcher is double-digit home runs and is well regarded defensively, you're one of the best catchers in the game. So Fegley, it might be average or might be slightly above average, but yeah, it's still impressive. So fastball misses low. Sanchez really tried to frame that one, try to lift his glove up like you're supposed to do when you're framing pitches, but did not get the call. So it's 2 outs, despite Davis not having the best speed on the bases. A single could score a run right here. Runners will be off to the races. Come on, Hap. Got to find it again. You just got 2 quick outs. What more motivation do you have besides you pitching possibly the best game this season? So he misses that cutter low. It's 2-0 count right now to Fegley. Can't let the number 9 hitter beat you like that. He beats you with a hit. Okay, it happens. I'll be annoyed, but it happens. There we go. 93, low outer third. Great. So you like to see. Fegley asking where that call was and nodding his head in understanding. This will be Hap's 85th pitch. As I mentioned, Fegley has power, so pitching decently. So he fouls that one off. 2-2. So one more good one. Hap will give us 5 strong innings. I wonder if they'll let him pitch through the third. It'll be a little risky. Tad risky. Especially since he definitely labored this inning. I'd be fine if he goes through 5. That'd be fun. Come on, Hap. You can do it. Come on. Show us that you can be a very good starter. Show us the reason why that we gave you 2 years, $34 million. Come on. Calls time. All right, yeah, you take your time. Come on. Prove me wrong. I just said that you were atrocious in my article. Prove me wrong right here. Prove so many Yankee fans wrong right here. I want you to do it. Come on. Get the strikeout. Come on. That was the same pitch that you called out. Who was it? Profar, yeah. Come on. That was a really good pitch. And you see that slight movement in the glove from Sanchez. That was it. A slight movement. And Boone blows a bubble in disgust. Half thought he could walk off the mound right there. Come on. I know you're annoyed. I know this umpire isn't helping you. That was Schuarter's fault. That wasn't your fault, Hap, but come on. Get back into it. Please, don't let this up. I know you're annoyed, but you got to make a pitch. Gotta. If it's the final out, I'll just leave it at that. He has certainly labored. Had mostly threw 16 pitches any other inning. This is 25. This will be number 26 right here. Runner's going. And a high fly ball. Who's going to catch it? Will it stay fair? And now go foul. Whew. So Fegley will live to see another day. Really feel the playoff atmosphere right here. Definitely could be an ALDS preview. It's a payoff pitch. Almost fouled right back. That was at 95. Jeez, when was the last time anyone saw Hap throw 95? Wow. You can tell he just wants to get out of this. He's like, send me home. Let me hit the showers. He knows it too. He knows he's struggled this season. He knows he hasn't lived up to the contract. He knows he wants to prove to the Yankees that he can pitch in a postseason, prove that he have a strong final month of the regular season. Right here. Here comes the payoff pitch. Laced into left field, but right there is Tauchman. So Hap gives us 5 strong innings. An excellent performance by Hap. Boone, if you're smart, I would not take him out there for a 6 inning. He really labored here. So really good job by Hap. We still have a 0-0 game as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Bottom of the fifth, excuse me. Alrighty, so we are back. Again, really good job by Hap. I mean, he definitely labored a bit today. I mean, hitters shouldn't really hit off him, but for Watts, he's had really good at bats against him, but got through it. He got through it. I would say this is the biggest outing for Hap all year. He did really well. And I really, really hope that Boom does not take him out for another inning. He threw, 27 pitches last inning? It's a lot, and that's your last inning. And yes, he only faced twice through the order. He ended on a good note. Let's leave it there. And he was really laboring. So please take him out. And Sanchez rolls it over 2-1. Well, one guy who has not had any trouble pitching out, not that Hap really did, through 89 pitches through 5 innings, which is not too bad. Nea, through the first 4 innings, only threw 49 pitches, which is absurd. It's absurd. So, and this is his first start back. I mean, he's stretched out a bit in the minors. Like, he's ready to go a decent distance tonight. It's that fastball misses outside 3-1. But still, I mean, he's pitched very well so far. Just give up 1 hit, which is an infield single from LeMahieu, of all people, of course, because LeMahieu's so good. So that ball's fouled straight back, full count. And he's just had 1 runner reach base. They really have not capitalized on his opportunity. They stranded runners first and third with no one out, and first and second with no one out. So, hey, again, kudos to Hap for getting out of it, but they struggled yesterday with runners in scoring position. So, not doing themselves any favor today with that same problem. Sanchez fouls it off. It was pretty cool because Sanchez hit 2 home runs the other day. He hit one to left field and to right field, and I was really happy at the one to right field. So I don't think he's had too many opposite field homers this year. And there you go. Curveball misses outside. So Sanchez becomes just a second base runner for the Yankees today. So a good start to this inning. Here comes Luke. Actually, no, sorry, Didi Gregorius, who struck out swinging last time up. No, I remember the good old days when Gregorius was just a fiend against lefty pitchers. I mean, you would see guys like Fernando Abad that would be lefty specialists and coming to face Gregorius to try to get him out. And then he like a grand slam against him. He shows bunt, but pulls it back in time. 1-0. Great idea, as they are playing him to pull. But yeah, against lefties, I mean, he would always hit the other way, and he didn't have great power. He just hit to all fields. Then when he developed his home run swing, he's been a lot of more home run happy. So that fastball misses low, 2-0. So, actually, that was a changeup, I think. Yeah, that was a changeup. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why. I mean, yes, he can still be a guy who hits 20 home runs for us at shortstop, which is great. And play, pretty solid defense. I'm just saying that based on the eye test, not on Fangraphs, who rate him as a below average defender. But we're fine without him, at least from a production standpoint. In terms of character, in terms of lifting, you obviously want to keep them, and I would give him like a 3 or 30 million deal, but he might get more from a different team, like the Mets or something like that. Well, it's popped up behind the plate. Does Fedley have a beat on it? I know he does not. It's out of play. But that was Manea's 60th pitch. So once again, he is throwing very well so far. Wow. So since July 16th, he's 36 runs batted in, which is pretty good. It's like a month and a half, like 40 games or so. So yeah, that's very good actually. Probably some of the highest in the majors. Most amount of RBIs in majors in that span. Curveball just got in on him enough that he couldn't hit it over the right field fence, so still 2-2. So Manea, he actually has something called a sleeve, which Mom explained to me. Just like a tattoo across the entire arm. Very cool. It's just on his right arm. It's like snakeskin or something like that. It's pretty cool. It's a 2-2. And curveball missed low, and Gregorius held off. So we have Sanchez on first, so he's no threat to go. Actually, I wonder if he ever stole a base for the Yankees. I think like once, maybe once or twice. Yeah. Yeah, come on, Didi. Let's have a big inning here. Let's reward Hap. Let's get him the win. One's popped up, and nice catch from Manea. And that was pronounced Manaya. Thank you, Michael K. But nonetheless, there is one away. You don't really see a pitcher catch a pop up too often. This is like, right to him right there, and he's the only guy who can catch it. Even Fegley had a decent beat on it too. He probably could have laid out for it, but good job by Manea, showing that pitchers are athletes. I would say it's very hit or miss. Either you're a Marcus Stroman or you're a CC Sabathia. No offense to Sabathia, but he's not that much of a defender on the mound. Actually, there's a famous argument that he would get annoyed at guys for bunting on him because of his poor knees. He's like, come up and hit me like a man, or something along the lines of that. It was very funny. It's funny, Voigt's actually amassed enough plate appearances to be considered for like his OPS. And he's still one of the highest in the American League. I would say top 15 at least. But he's actually second on the Yankees too, behind none other than DJ LeMahieu. I think Voigt's OPS is about 889, which is very good. He's definitely a very good hitter for us, and I think he's gotten better defensively at first base. But, he's a high strikeout hitter. He struck out 4 times in 4 plate appearances yesterday. That fastball misses upstairs 1-2. Comes 1-2. And then the dirt effectively keeps it in front of him, and that keeps Sanchez from going to second. Faster runner may have been able to get there, but not Sanchez. Voight nearly got clipped to that ball. There's a curveball in the dirt. Did a little dance move there to shuffle his feet out of the way. Even though it's on the toes, that hurts. It definitely hurts, especially when you're throwing like 80-mile-per-hour curveball. And then you hit it on yourself too. So that one, pretty much the same thing. Well, he got out of the way of that one. Now it's a full count. It's funny because everyone's instinctive reaction is to get out of the way, but it's still a curveball. It's your feet, so it's not that bad. I wonder if he would just try to turn away from it rather than just bail out like that. It's a payoff pitch. A fastball misses way inside, so Voight almost got clipped there a couple of times, but that's okay. Because now the Yankees have first and second with one out. So the A's tonight have not capitalized runners in scoring position. Now we have Brett Gardner, who is kind of the heart and soul, or part of the heart and soul of the Yankees. He's the longest tenured Yankee, been in the team for 11 years. And I don't think he's too bad, or too shabby, rather, with runners in scoring position. So, hopefully he gets it right here. Do what the A's cannot capitalize with runners in scoring position. So the first sign of trouble for Manaea, first time that he's seen a runner in scoring position today. So Gardner in the year, and 248, 18 homers, 54 RBIs, is four shy of surpassing his career high in home runs in a season, which is 21. He needs 22, of course, to pass it. As that fastball's right down the pipe, 0-1. I really hope he retires as a Yankee, and I'm sure every single Yankee fan out there wants him to retire as a Yankee as well. But, we have guys coming up. We got Tauchman, we got Frazier. Florial will come up. So, fastball misses inside 1-1. It doesn't seem like the Yankees and Gardner. Also, we have, I think I mentioned Frazier, but yeah. We also have Stanton who can play left field, so and him and Voight are probably gonna be around for a little while. So it still makes sense to sign for next season because we've seen how much outfield depth that we need. So he's off the curveball 2-1, but it does not seem like that Gardner Yankees will have too much longer of a future with each other. Kind of hope that he'll play 1 or 2 more years and retire, but Gardner says I want to play next year. Probably gonna want to play the year after that. Even last year, when it was a down year offensively, he still is worth 2.5 F4, which means he's a little bit better than a starter, which is 2.0 F4. By starter, I mean like a good starter, like a league average starter. So he was slightly better than league average, which is good. He's a good player. And this year, if the offense coming back, I think he has a WAR of like 3 point. No, not 3 point. It's already higher than last year, though. It's maybe like 2.7, which is very impressive. It's funny. You see guys like Voight, you see guys like Stanton and Judge. Gardner's just, you can tell he's smaller. The other guys. And Gardner does go around, according to third base umpire Sean Barber. Wonder if Gardner will bang the roof of the dugout. And as they say, let Brett bang. Yeah, he did go around. You see cursing a couple of times and stops in the dugout. Yeah, he went around. I'm more annoyed with himself than the umpire. So here's Frazier, so he can make an impact right away in pinstripes. The first time he's at the MLB level in 2 months. So that fastball misses outside. I want to know. It's funny because, hey, he's been working on his outfield defense. He's trying to get better. Just let's place him in the DH. Let's not even worry about him in the outfield. And I'm sure he'll spend a little bit of time in the outfield, but he probably will kind of be mostly a DH for the Yankees right now. Here comes the 1-0. And that curveball misses low and inside, 2-0. Since being optioned at AAA in 61 games, 247 batting average, 20 doubles, which is a lot, 8 homers and 26 RBIs. So, not bad. Not bad at all. Not great, not eye-popping. I mean, I think the 20 doubles is kind of eye-popping, but and they extra base hits, so he's slugging well. The low batting average kind of warns you a bit, and maybe the RBIs could be a bit up. He's now has a 3-0 count. But, not eye-popping. I wouldn't say that's better than what Tauchman has been doing since the second half, since his demotion, since Frazier's demotion. So, Frazier's the right to be annoyed, but Yankees are justifying the reasoning for sending him down. I'm glad he's up here, and I want him to. Well, actually, it's a bit more thin, and if that will help. Fastball misses inside, so bases are juiced, all in walks, and Naya does walk his fair share of guys. It's kind of funny how he has a low ERA, at least last year, even though he walks a good amount of batters, and doesn't have a lot of strikeouts either. Now the A's will get someone warmed up. They didn't have it before, which is a little surprising considering that he walked runners on first and second. So let's see if Manea can pull a hat and get out of here. And actually, it's very funny because Tauchman, number 9 hitter, second time through the order, so almost like a same situation that Fegley went through last inning. That ball was fouled on a play 0-1. Wow, Verlander is not allowed to hit through the first 6 innings against the Blue Jays. I mean, him and Cole are really a 2-man race for the American League Cy Young Award. And I'll probably say Verlander has a nod right here. Besides strikeouts, I think he's better than him in a lot of categories. ERA, batting average against, whip, innings pitched. Still both very good. I think wins, if that still matters, and I think it does matter with those two. Tauchman lays off the curveball 1-1. So, hey, I think at the beginning of this inning, Manea had 49 pitches. Now he's at 80. So, at the very least, we had him at a long inning. He's in a good bullpen, so this could be the last time we're seeing Manea for today. We already have Petit warming up for the A's. Just got in after that last walk. Now I'm not sure how long they're throwing him out here today, since this is first start this year at the major league level. But don't be surprised if he's out of the game after this batter, after this inning even. So Tauchman's actually surprisingly good against lefties, batting .365, 1 homer, 13 RBIs against righties. That's where his power comes through. 246, 11 homers, and 32 RBIs. So pretty interesting splits. The one side kind of more contact, less homer happy. And grounds it. Wow, nice stop by Olsen, fires Manea, and steps on the base in time. Wow. So Olsen shows off his gold glove defense, and Tauchman pulled a Gardner and slid head first, but it's not safe. And really good job by Olsen. Didn't even field it cleanly, just kicked the ball in front of him. And from his bat seat, fires a strike to Manea, who steps on first just before the hand got in. So Manea gets out of the jam. Wow, what a play. So once again, no score as we head to the 6th inning. Yeah, that last inning was tough. So that would have been a two-run single. I mean, you see Manea pumped up right there. This game keeps on going. I mean, I love great pitching matchups, and maybe not the cleanest of matchups today. Oh, Happ's back out there. What are you doing, Boone? Oh my God. Why would he throw him out there after he labored for 28 pitches last inning? It's also the third time through the order, which he sucks at. Come on. At least it's 0-2 so far against Semien. They probably have a reliever going. First sign of trouble, but still. One pitch could be the difference in the day. Fastball misses inside 1-2. And, hey, if he can pitch through 6 or whatever, happy. But I do not like this move by Boone. That's not a good idea. So just kept him at 5. Line drive right to Gregorius. Went away. Kind of caught it like right in front of his groin area. Went away. Kind of looked around. It's like, can you just see where I caught that? Let's see. Yeah, it was like, whoop, like that. Pretty funny. I wonder if he was confused by kind of the angle that line drive took a lot of top spin on, or just like where it ended up. But certainly from the angle, it looked like he was. It could be both. It kind of seemed like the latter. Yeah, still one hit from either side. I mean, Yankees actually had a 1-0 victory, which Tanaka pitched, I think, maybe against the Blue Jays, possibly. I think it was 7 innings, not 8 innings, so maybe not against the Blue Jays, but it was still very cool. So, these games are really fun because, I don't know. I just like the old school kind of baseball where pitchers go for long games. It's a high fly ball, deep right field. Judge is in front of the track and makes the catch. Whew, that was close. That was close. 2 away. Well, we're certainly not going to bring out Happ for a seventh inning. Actually, I know why they put him out there for a 6th inning. I forgot about the context of the situation yesterday. He used pretty much all their relievers in an 11th inning victory, so they needed Happ to go one more. A bit risky, but he's done pretty well. And they're actually not even throwing out, I think they're like best guys right away. They're going to have Ryan Dole come out and throw next. He's waiting the wings just in case if Happ struggles. Oh, man, I put on the wrong side. I was scoring so well. Darn, it happens. Went to the bathroom and forgot to switch the scorecard side. Gardner's a come in and makes the catch. 98 pitches from Happ. 6 scoreless innings. Easily the best outing of the year. Hands down. No questions asked. Thank you, Jay Happ. You're making me believe in you again. I'm sorry that I said they were horrendous in the article, but just speaking the truth. But, starting to change my mind like that. I'm so happy to do well today. I really came in clutch for the Yankees. Easily could have gave in to the runners in scoring position, but did not. So I saw Petit, I think, looks like he was done warming up. So I think he's going to be pitching for Manea. I don't think they're going to stretch Manea to 90 to 100 pitches since it's his first game this season at the major league level. So he's probably done for today. So Happ in some respects actually outdueled Manea, which is pretty impressive because Manea retired the first 10 batters. No, 9 batters. Yeah. Anyway, we'll head to the bottom of 6 for more baseball. Yep. So we do have a new pitcher. It is Yusmero Petit, number 36. So a really nice start by Manea and really clutch by getting out that jam. And the A's, we didn't really use too much of their bullpen yesterday, surprisingly. They had, they're able to use their bullpen today. And Petit has been excellent this year. 2.9 ERA and 70.2 innings pitched. He has 56 strikeouts, just 7 walks, which is really good for a reliever. That walk per 9, yeah, that's under 1, which is, that's really good. Average, I think MLB average like walks per 9 innings per normal game is like 2.9, so that's a very good number for Petit. Always kind of been like that. When he was with the Giants, he got a lot of ground balls and he was very effective, and not necessarily via the strikeout. And I think with the Angels too, he had some success and now been a really kind of first come up reliever for the A's. The first guy up after the start. So, yeah, he's not been bad for the A's this season. They have Trinan and Petit and Trevino and Hendricks, and they're all really good in the bullpen. Here comes the 0-2 to LeMahieu. And curveball misses low inside 1 and 2. I always find it so cool when catchers catch the ball that just missed and they show the goes yeah, I got you, man. I know you just missed that. It's okay. Just keep reading lines. I love those little nuances about baseball when you see teammates jeering each other or all of them staying silent. As LeMahieu was unable to hold up there. Like I said, I feel like he's striking out a little bit more. Not a lot, not like Voit or Judge or those guys, but he is striking out a bit more after at least the first 2 months. Kind of gone back down to earth a little bit. Still being the machine. Still walked us off yesterday. For the most part, pretty much the same guy. I just think the strikeouts are just a little bit more. Yeah, the A's really have a great bullpen. Actually very similar built to the Yankees. So the Yankees do have better starting pitching. Who do the A's have? They have Rourke, Fires, Homer Bailey, Shamanea, maybe AJ Punt coming around at some point. He's in the bullpen right now, but he could be starting for them. It's not bad, but I think Yankees, at their best, are better than the A's, or even at their average, are better than the A's. So 1-0. Fastball misses inside 2-0. So yeah, Petit does not throw overly hard, which you can imagine since he doesn't strike out too many guys. 89 to 92 miles per hour. And Judge swings through that one. It's a slider right down the pipe, and Judge wasn't able to catch up to it. If he did, it probably would have gone a long way. Probably a decent pitcher for Judge to face someone who's very contact oriented. This Judge whips through the curveball and watch is going to strike out Judge here. But a guy who gives a lot of contact and Judge, has very hard contact. This could be a good matchup right here. Let's get something started in the bottom of the 6th. The last thing was kind of the first time we showed life, and we didn't even get a hit. We just got a lot of walks. Tauchman had a very hard ground ball to Olsen, but Olsen really good first baseman. As that curveball misses outside, full count. It's interesting. I wonder how many full count plate appearances Judge has had since his rookie year, his real rookie year, or first full season, 2017. Because he definitely ranks up there. And a high fly ball, that'll stay within the ballpark. Kenna moving in. He'll make the catch route number 2. So Petit doing a nice job so far, mowing down the top of the order. Here comes Gleyber Torres, who has popped out to first and foul territory and has ground to a 5-4-3 double play, which is a really nice double play by Chapman. He turned because the ball kind of ate him up, but stayed with it and gave a strong feet to second base. Pitch. And the fastball misses low, 1-0. So, no one, I feel like no one could have imagined Torres like this. I think people imagine to be a 15 to 20 homer guy about like 330. Instead, he bats like 280 to 300, which is still very good. Still a lot better than the major league batting average in recent years, but no one expected him to have 35 to 40 homer power. He's a middle infielder. It's insane. And this is kind of a new age of baseball where home runs are out left and right. It's not because of steroids, because of the seams in the baseball and launch angle, and kind of more the necessity of the home run game, and less about steals and just more about power. All those factors contribute why the game has changed. But even with that, 33 homers so far, leading your team, leading the Yankees even in home runs. That's insane. No one would have expected that. Slowly starting to become the Gleyber Torres trade, not the Aroldis Chapman trade. I mean, so far I still call it the Chapman trade, which is how they got Torres, since they traded Chapman to the Cubs, and Chapman helped the Cubs win the World Series that year in 2016. I would start calling it the Gleyber Torres trade because won a championship, and I say when, not if. When that happens, then I'll probably call it the Gleyber Torres trade. And Constant on it, long way in, it's going to drop in. So Yankees pick up their second of the ballgame, just a third combined from both teams. They receive. Torres does a little this motion, the whole let Brett bang motion, where he bangs the roof of the Yankees dugout. O'Connor was playing pretty far back, and Noisy actually almost got there. Actually showed pretty decent speed. Maybe the start of a 2-out rally right here. Just in time for Gary Sanchez said, let's get that 2-run homer, start pulling ourselves away a little bit. This season he's batting 234, 32 homers, 71 RBIs, and a 311 on base percentage. Here comes the pitch. And the slider misses going outside on that. So to imagine that Batiste only throwing this inning, as he's already at 16 pitches, which is, about average. 16.6 was the MLB average for number of pitches in an inning last year. The Yankees, like I said, they used a lot of guys yesterday. So who's up in the bullpen? Oh, yeah, 2 guys they just called up today, Ryan Dolan, Tyler Lyons. So, yeah, we can use some insurance runs right here. Kind of desperately needed. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure those guys only go 1 or 2 innings, but we need them. Now, I think the ideal scenario for the Yankees, what they want to do rather, is that they want like 2 innings out of like either of those guys. They go right to Chapman, and then they have to use more guys in the bullpen. And I just got an update that Verlander now has a no-hitter through 7 innings, just 93 pitches, and has 10 strikeouts. So, him and Cole going back and forth for that strikeout crown. And just got under that, angry at himself about that one. And here comes Pinder to make the catch. And Batiste has a relatively quiet inning. So as we head to the 7th, again, no score. So we are back. We actually got some good news about the people who are injured for the Yankees. So Severino, he pitched today for the AAA Scranton Rail Riders, and he didn't do that great. He gave up 2 runs, including a home run, a couple of walks in like 2 or 3 innings or so, 33 pitches. But getting back in there is going to probably start 1 or 2 more times before going back to the major league level. So that curveball misses upstairs. So here's Ryan Dole, who I think he actually was on the A's. Pitched 7 games with them at a 12 ERA, so looking to prove something against his former team. And curveball in there for a strike, 1-1. Was very young. Announcers are also saying that Severino his arm motion in his shoulder, which was his original injury, before I think he injured something else too. All of that is looking very good, which is awesome. And then Encarnacion is also with the Rail Riders today. And he went 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a walk. So he's making his way back as well. It'll be interesting to see how those strikeout prone homer hitting guys gel with the lineup, which is, very good for runners in scoring position. But, I think, just adding more firepower can help. I don't think it'll be too big of an issue. So I wonder if they'll mix and match of Dole and Lyons. Lyons is a left-hander. This was righty. The next lefty. The profile is a switch. I don't know if they have any lefty. The curveball gets him strike 3. So I think Dole just got his first strike of the Yankees. Let me check that out. Excuse me. So that was his first Yankee strikeout. I'm going to write that down. I love writing down stuff like that. And Davis lasso one to left field. Now go down for extra bases. Topman didn't really give a good route on that one. First extra base hit of the game. Davis actually been on base all 3 times today, which no one else in the ball game can say. Actually, kind of do remember him. I wonder if he pitched against the Yankees when he was with the A's. Or I feel like I remember him from last year too. So we do have a pitch hitter here. It's the lefty, Robbie Grossman, who is pinch hitting for Chad Pinder. Pinder in a day went 0 for 1. They strike out on a walk. Grossman has a little bit, not really, he doesn't have too much pop, to be honest, but he's not a bad contactor. He's a very good eye. That's a really good arm. Is that curveball misses low, 1-0. So again, Yankees are kind of forced to use these guys in a high leverage situation. Not there guys like Canely and Ottavino and Britton and Chapman, because Britton's kind of hurt right now, and at the same time they also used their guys a lot yesterday. So hopefully Dole can get us out of this. So that slider misses low, 2-0. Apparently his fastball puts him 20th among all active pitchers in terms of spin rate, or like if he had more, if he was eligible for it, he would be top 20. So, which is pretty cool. Just 4 hits in today's ballgame. That hit by Chris Davis was the first extra base hit of tonight's game. 3-0 to Grossman. Like I said, he's a good eye. So he got cheated on the strike zone that much. So Dole will have to, throw a decent pitch in there. Not the worst idea to walk him here, but Profar is not a bad hitter on deck. Better hitter than Grossman. So that fastball's right down the pipe, 3-1. I'd be rooting for a 1-0 victory, but a walk-off in the bottom of the ninth. I think everyone would love that. Anyone who's a Yankee fan, that is. Probably not an A's fan, but like that too much. There we go. Striking the out third. All right, Dole, come on. Let's get him out. Let me see you bounce back right here. Grossman has not lifted the bat off his shoulders in this at bat so far. Let's see if he goes up here through 3 curveballs, then 2 fastballs. This is the fastball, and Grossman fouls it off. Right idea, fastball in the black. Or as they like to call it, just off the outside corner, or the black of the plate. Yeah, that wasn't a bad swing by Grossman, though. Looking the other way. Maybe go with the high fastball here. Either I would say the high fastball or the low curveball. High fastball. And just missed upstairs. Sanchez tried to frame it, but did not get the call. Like I said, Shearwater has a very tight strike zone today. Walks have been a problem for the Yankees today. 4 walks by Happ and already a walk by Dole. So let's see how far ground to another double play. He's now batting from the left side as Dole's a righty, and Profar is a switch hitter. Against Happ today, Profar ground to a double play and struck out looking. He has pretty decent speed. Again, the Yankees, failing to score, the bases loaded and 2 men out. It's still tough, of course, but that probably could be difference in the game. That play by Olsen, more specifically, because that and 2 runs, it would have kept the inning going. Ace would have to start the bullpen a bit earlier. So, yeah, could be the game the Yankees do lose this one. Fastball misses up 2-0. So, this rookie, or not rookie, but this young pitcher is behind the counter. Thank you, Sanchez, for walking to him. It's a good call. And Larry Rothschild goes to the mound as well. We do have mound visit right now, so just putting in the new guys, which is Dole and Petit. Got to do their lines next inning. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get caught. I like what Michael K said. You know, first day in the big leagues in a little while and smack dab in a playoff type of situation. That curveball misses outside, 3-0. I know this game is not the most important of games because, are going to be in the playoffs and yeah, we're already going to be in the playoffs. Probably already won the division pretty much. Right up there with the Astros and the Dodgers in terms of best record. It's okay if we lose a series every now and again, as much as you don't want that to happen. The general idea what Boone is doing right now is that he wants to save his guys. Because we have a long stretch to try to have the best record and just punch punch the vision and punch the best record. So you gotta keep your guys healthy and fresh. There's gonna be some days we're gonna have Ryan Dole in the bullpen. Guys like him. It pays off, it pays off. It doesn't pay off, it doesn't pay off. And he wants him. So bases are juiced. Yeah, the crowd's getting annoyed, and rightly so. I wonder if the guy has some nerves in his Yankee debut. I wouldn't be surprised. So Noisy has had his fair share of opportunities against the Yankees. I was actually looking for his first major league hit too. Yeah, I think yesterday was his debut, and he started the bases loaded. And then earlier today, he struck out with runners on first and second. Now he's in bases loaded, 1 man out today. A good cut there, 0-1. He looks like he has some speed, but not that much. So a double play to get the Yankees out of this game. Come on. Third double play of today. Let's hear it. He looks like an Oakland egg. Has like orange facial hair, kind of like the mane going back. I feel like a lot of A's and Rockies guys have that. Fastball misses outside, and Sanchez almost threw down to first, but thought better of it. So a 1-1 count in Noisy. It's funny. I mean, he did so well in AAA, and I don't know too many people who have heard about him. His first name Sheldon, by the way, so it wasn't Sean like I thought. And curveball misses low and outside. So come on, Ryan Dole. We need to throw strikes. Well, this guy is almost equally as nervous as you are, I bet. It's only his second major league game. He can get him into a double play. Come on. If you have some 1-run, okay, not the worst thing in the world, even though we're going to have to face Diekman and Hendricks. And Noisy fouls someone out of play. So 2-2 now, looking for the strikeout right here. Wonder if they're going to put Lyons in this inning. It's not they warmed up back-to-back if it's essentially an already lineup set for Olsen. And now Grossman's in there too. Not really that close, the lineup. Posted one the other way, and it's a fair ball. That was for at least 2 runs, and Judge throws it in. So, geez. Sheldon Noisy gets his first big league hit, and it's a big one. Puts the A's on top 2-0. He's really hoping it was going to tail foul, but it's a fair ball. That's what happens when you put a rookie in a high leverage situation. Not a rookie, but a new Yankee. Someone who shouldn't be there. Not blaming Boone for it, but certainly annoying. Especially since Happ did so well today. He got out of that jam. That's annoying. Yeah, he just flipped it the other way. Let me just make sure. Ball tap to first and flips it over to Dole. Oh, wow. That was a really heads-up play by Profar. As soon as Dole turned his bat to step on first, he scored. So now the A's are up 3-0. Yeah, Profar didn't start running until Dole turned his back. Didn't really turn his back for long, only like a second. But once he saw Void Getty start going down the line a bit, has to look at the base. So you don't blame him. Just shift his whole body around. So, yeesh, that's tough. Curveball misses inside. 1-0. And Noisy didn't advance in that play either. I'd be too excited by the fact he got the hit, as the announcer was saying. That's probably not an understatement. And a high fly ball from Marcus Semien, talking the track, and he makes the catch. But still, the A's get 3 runs. Be a tough road ahead for the Yankees in the next couple innings to try to get back in this ball game. So we head to the bottom of the 7th. The A's are up 3-0.
So as expected, Robbie Grossman in right field, and here's Jake Diekman, the lefty specialist, on the mound to face off against Didi Gregorius. On the season, he's 1-7. Wow. Between the Royals and the A's, it's a 4.82 ERA, 71 strikeouts, and 52.1 innings pitched. Got fastball at 95 in the outside corner, I think 0-2 now to Gregorius. GD has struck out and popped out today. And swings through that slider. I guess now it's 0-2. Just writing the fact that Sheldon Noisy got his first major league hit. Did he go? No, he did not, says third base umpire Sean Barber. Now 2-2 to Gregorius. The A's have the fifth lowest amount of blown saves in all of baseball. As Gregorius fouls went off. I jammed a bit there, probably hurt his hand a little bit on that swing. 97 inside. So jamming yourself on that makes sense. But yeah, the Yankees kind of rank middle of the pack with that. They've blown 22 games, which actually, no, they're pretty bad with it. I think that's like 10th in the league of how bad they are. Now, they're 20th then. 20th the league in terms of blown saves. The A's are 5th best. Yankees are 20th best. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. A's are 5th best. Yankees are 20th best. That's how it works. Yep. So A's have not blown too many games this season. And, a blown save typically, or what most people think of it. As Gregorius grounds it one to second, Noisy fires the first, and time went away. Usually what people think of a blown save is a closer coming in, so runs, and the team ends up blowing the lead. Sure, of course, that's a blown save. But it also happens when a reliever comes in for a reliever comes in after a starter and has the lead, but then gives up the lead. That's one save. So Yankees having 22 of those, I'm sure not all of them has been by their Fab Four of Tommy Kahnle, Zach Britton, Adam Ottavino, and Aroldis Chapman. A decent amount. And Chad Green, you could argue, is kind of a fifth guy in there as well. But yeah, not that great. And definitely teams like the A's can take advantage of that. I mean, they already have. It wasn't a blown save today, but not having enough bullpen pieces at the moment because Briggs injured and Matanzas is hurt. You have to use guys like Ryan Dole in situations like this. I mean, it's also because of yesterday's 11th inning marathon. But the A's can go with Diekman and Petit, and I'm sure they'll go with Treinen and Hendricks to try to close out the Yankees. Also, cool fact of the Yankees, they have not been shut out since I think like early last season. It's pretty crazy. They haven't been shut out in over a year. No other team has done that. And Voit works walk on 4 pitches. So there we go. There's something. Better than not walking on 4 pitches. Actually, that's Voigt's second walk of the day. I'm sure the Johnny Walker's Walk It Out is probably playing. Just what it usually plays when someone gets a walk for them. So, hey, we got Gardner, then we got Frazier. I would say Frazier's more pop than Gardner. But, hey, Gardner got some base and then 3-run homer tied the game. Just like that. Wow, that's a nasty slider. Really start like Gardner's back and then ducks in for a strike. It's insane how much movement these guys have on their pitches. Like with the ball, how they release it and how they throw that hard. It's insane. A lot of talent there. That fastball 96. This is low now at 7. You have that in your back pocket too. The fact that hitters can even square up that type of ball, that's also amazing. Gardner has struck out twice. Both of them swing, although the last time he struck out was kind of borderline call, but it did look like he went around. That slider misses outside 2-1. Yeah, I mean Gardner's smaller than the umpire. I mean he's still 5'11", which is like he's a taller person than average, but in terms of baseball, he's not. And as expected, Trevino's already warming up. There were swings for that one. I don't know why he chased that one. That was 95 at his feet. Why would he chase that? It would have been 3-1. Come on. Gotta be smart about that. And I'm sure he's pinching himself, not happy with that one. Yeah, so announcers are right. Having some tough lefty matchups today, but you know, Montreal lefty batters is not bad against them. You gotta love Shoe Waters. Tough strikes, and that one just missed outside. Gardner would have been lined up a lot of times from other umpires. He would have banged his bat on the roof. He still might. There's still a chance he might do that this at bat or after this at bat, but luckily we have a consistent tight zone umpire in that pitch. And strike three called. Slider went right on the inside of the plate. That was definitely a strike. He knows it too. And Gardner has the hat trick for today. Struck out 3 times. It's an amazing slider. Really, starts behind Gardner and then sweeps in there for a strike. Caught a lot of plate. Really ended up like almost middle of the plate. It's insane. Wow. Here's Frazier. I swear he looks so much more skinny right now. It's kind of weird. But maybe because he arches his back a bit when he's in his stance right now. Looks like he changed it up a bit, but he looks skinnier. Probably a good thing. I mean, he wasn't fat before by any means, but looks skinnier. That slider misses low. 2-0. So Frazier on a good hitters count. He wants to prove himself at the big league level. This is an important bat for him. Grounds right to Chapman, fires to first in time. So the Yankees strand 1 and 2 out score as we head to the top of the 8th. A's are still at 3-0. So since Ryan Dole would open the floodgates, now everyone is pitching. Might as well save the relievers for a rainy day. Our star relievers, that is, because we're already losing, and odds are we probably won't get back in this game. So we have Chance Adamson, and he has a 7.48 ERA this season for the Yankees, which is awful. He does blow by Chapman with a fastball right there on one. So Adams, who originally was just a relief pitcher in college, and he really only had his best year actually in his last year, his senior year. Then got drafted by the Yankees, and they stretched him out to be a starter. Except, everything was going great, and then I think he got injured in AAA last year. He came back, wasn't that good. Hasn't been kind of in between that AAA to major league level. Kind of just pitching depth at this point, but his high prospect status is shot all the way down. No longer a prospect, I believe, and not that great for us. If he's not prospect eligible, he's very close. He's like teetering on the edge of it. Here comes the 1-2. Ball chopped, and Torres does a jump throw, and he gets him. Wow, all right. Torres channeling his inner Derek Jeter right there. Wow. Wow, so Verlander does get his no-hitter. He wins 2-0, and actually in the top of the ninth, one of the Astros rookies gets a 2-run homer to break a scoreless tie. So Verlander gets his third no-hitter of his career. Wow. I mean, I still thought he should win the Cy Young Award race for the AL, but that kind of completes it. Icing on the cake right there. Wow. It's crazy. I mean, during that 2011 season when he had 2 no-hitters and he won 24 games and won Cy Young and MVP, that was Pete Verlander. And then 2015 came around. He was like, this isn't the same. Verlander Hall of Fame is, maybe not too likely, as Olsen fouls one off 0-2. And now, he's really cementing himself with the Astros. Ever since that trade with them, when he got traded there, waiver wire deadline, the great month of September, won the World Series the Astros in 2017. Now his Hall of Fame case is right back in there. I think the year before too, this one 2014, 2013 and 2015 growing. It's all right, he's borderline, had some more good years, but then 2016 he came second to Rick Porcello in an outrageous Cy Young Award voting where Verlander had more first place votes but still didn't win because Porcello racked up more points altogether. And then he's had some really good seasons the last 2 years. I think last year was Snell, and the year before that was Kluber. So he's missed out a couple of times, but this year he should win it. I mean, it's really just him and Cole as the front runners, with Giolito and Bieber lurking in the background. But yeah, I mean, that's just icing the cake. I think that's almost cementing his AL Cy Young Award right here. Really remarkable. If he had something like 11 Ks tonight, 4 walks, I mean, amazing. He's really flipped the switch. One of the best pitchers of my generation that I grew up watching. Fastball missed upstairs to Olsen. Was a full count on him. Olsen Day is ground into a 6-6-3 double play, which means Gregorius took the play himself. That's short. That's a high fly ball. Olsen watches it. And y'all buy baseball, folks. Judge runs out of room, and the A's add on to their lead. They're now up 4-0. I thought that Olsen had 28 homers to start the game. Then it was 27, but now he has made me correct. Guys, 28 homer this season, looking at 30. And, he missed a two months of hand surgery. And, A's have some really good offensive hitters. And, now just just stepping on the Yankees' nets even more, as they say, lack for better terms. That's what my baseball coach used to say to me when you would add on to the lead. And that was, the hanging curveball. This game would have been very different had we have Canely and Ottavino available. But nope. I didn't even think they threw that much yesterday. Maybe they threw the day before a little bit, but overworked. It's September. You are winning the division by 10 games right now, so I understand that. But there's still the A's. They're annoying. You lost the season series against them 5 out of 6 times. So, unless they're really out there, why not have Canely in there right afterwards? I mean, these guys, fine. Yodette Stern is going to let them pitch. Why not have Canely? Why not have Ottavino? It's tough. Oh, Verlander becomes the first pitcher to have 2 no-hitters in the same road stadium, which is at Rogers Center. No-hit the Blue Jays, who actually have a very good hitting lineup, and a lot of sons of 4 really good professionals there. And straight 2 called. Caught myself there. So 2-2 count on Mark Canha. He's batting .274, 23 homers, 49 RBIs, and a .390 on base percentage. It's interesting. There's been a lot of no hitters. I mean, there's definitely a fair share of guys that have had mostly no hitters. Not too many guys only have 3 no hitters. Have Koufax with 4 and Nolan Ryan with 7, and you have Bob Feller and Cy Young, and I think a couple, 1 or 2 other guys with 3. But still, I mean, first time ever to do that in all of baseball's history. That's pretty cool. I was also saying that the Blue Jays have a lot of sons of former big leaguers. They have Bo Bichette, son of Dante Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., son of Vladimir Guerrero Sr., Lourdes Gurriel Jr., son of Cuban National League team manager Lourdes Gurriel Sr. They had Kevin Biggio, son of Craig Biggio. And yeah, that's a lot. So pretty neat team. And to no-hit a team like that, very impressive. Just adding on to Verlander's illustrious career. It's kind of fouls went off full count. It's funny. I mean, this is still an interesting game. You can still, see what's going on. You still have a couple innings of game left, but it sucked up all the life once the A's started to score. All the life out of it. Came like a very fascinating game to, all right, we're going to lose this one, and, we're just kind of waiting to lose at this point. And, it happens. It's part of the job if you like baseball. And kind of swings through that slider. So at least Adams gets his first strikeout of the day. That's a plus, I would have liked that home runs to be back, but just the strikeout's always good too. I really thought this guy would be great for us. I mean, he was so good and so highly touted in AAA a couple years ago for the Yankees, and just struggled, got injured, and now can't pitch at the big league level. Okay, so yeah, so the Yankees weren't just going to go all out with their 3 guys and Adams and Dole and Lyons. They wanted to just get an inning out of one of their guys and then go to their high leverage relievers. I think just Canely was the one guy who they didn't want to throw today, and Britton's, hurt right now. Not on the IL, but on the roster and not going to come in for the next couple of days. I think he tweaked his leg the other day or something like that. So yeah, you just need a 1 inning from one of those guys, and couldn't even do that. Actually, even worse, gives up 3 runs. They're like, all right, might as well throw in the kitchen sink. And, Adams, of course, who struggled all year for the Yankees, probably giving up a run every time out. What does he do? Gives up a home run. And, as I said before, Olsen has hit the Yankees well, but it's definitely something when, you give up runs every time out. That fastball misses outside 2-2. So Davis, who's the batter up right now, has reached base all 3 times today. The only player who could say that he did that in today's game. He has singled, center, walked, and hit a double there, scored. Oh, wow. Wait, Verlander only had one walk and struck out 14. At least Chapman got back-to-back strikeouts there, so at least the strikeouts are good. But nonetheless, gives up a solo shot as Yankees are now down 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the eighth. Alrighty, we are back. Oh yeah, so history was made yesterday as the Twins have the most home runs in a single season all time, past the Yankees from last year, who had 267 homers, and it previously beat the 1997 Mariners with 264 homers, and actually the person to beat it was none other than Gleyber Torres, which is pretty cool. So fastball misses low and outside 1-0. And the Twins have 268 right now, and they're going to keep on going. The Yankees themselves have 254, so they are likely to eclipse the record from last year. And the crazier part from yesterday's history-making home run, which was hit by Mitch Garver, the catcher that no one is talking about, but has 26 home runs. That was one of 6 homers hit by the Twins yesterday, who are just insane. They're actually even called the Bomba Squad, because all they do is hit bombs, hit home runs, hit tanks. So just some cool history in the making, which is even more impressive that you can have a no-hitter now because players are hitting home runs left and right. Even Verlander, who's going to probably win Cy Young Award this year, is like top 5 in baseball in home runs given up with 33. Here comes a 2-1 at Talkman. Slider misses outside 3-1. So wonder this will probably be Deacon's last batter, as manager Bob Melvin just kept him in there to face the lefty Talkman. Seth Brown is now playing left field for the A's. So I'm assuming he's placing Profar as Talkman gets tied up there and fouls it off. Yeah, Brown replaces Profar in left field. I think he's also made some sort of record with how many fans they've had per season. They have like 3 million fans with the last like 7 years or something, which is pretty insane. So Browns number 65. We'll write that down. By the way, Talkman worked himself a lot, so hey, maybe it's the start of a rally. Who knows? And as predicted, Deacon is now taking out the game, probably for Trevino, who was warming up last inning, and I'm assuming will be pitching in this inning too. Right, let me put on some music for you guys. Ready. So Trevino actually pitched 2 innings yesterday. So I'm hoping, as well as other Yankees fans should be, that he is still tired. And there's the closer Liam Hendricks, who is, I think, accustomed to throwing 4 or 5 out saves. I read at the same time as they were saying it, the Yankees announcers doing the same, which knows that I'm doing well, having the same kind of line of thought. And hey, they're flipping over to the top of the order as well. Here's LeMahieu, the hero of yesterday's game, and really the MVP of the Yankees this season. Probably will come top 5 MVP, probably at least behind Trout, Devers, and Bregman. Starts him out with a pitch in the dirt, 1-0. So hey, let's load him up for Gleyber Torres. That'd be great. Still some ball game left. It's not over until the fat lady sings, as they say. I wonder where that expression came from. That's a very weird expression. Maybe it was people who got tired of the opera. I don't know. Wow, Trevino throws 98. Hit the black there too. Jeez, he's like literally when I was growing up, it was impressive to throw 95. You hardly ever saw any starters throw that. Like really, the only guys that people knew about who threw that. Hits it through the hole into right field. So Yankees give their third hit, and Topman will stay at second. So Yankees have a rally in their bones right now. First and second, no one out. Mayhew picks up a multi-hit dig, just as I was saying that he's been doing a little bit worse. He proves me wrong, which I love if it's to the Yankees' favor. Like when in doubt, LeMahieu will just come so clutch, hit the ball the other way, go where the ball was pitched. It's amazing. Here's Judge, the guy who's been hot, looking for his 20th home run. What better situation to do that now? Doesn't even need to hit a home run. Just keep the line moving. Now the slider missed low. Actually, that's a changeup. If it was a changeup at 91. I mean, it's hard enough for pitchers or anyone really to throw. Not even pitchers, just the whole spectrum, anyone to throw 91. Then do that on several pitches. Have that type of movement on it. It's insane. There's so many cool nuances in baseball that if more people understood, I think they'd appreciate it more. And then change it there, just off the outside corner. Judge fished for it now 1-1. Really good pitch by Trevino. Really good pitch by Trevino. Maybe that's how I should broadcast my games. Just get a deeper voice and broadcast it into a water bottle. That could be an idea for one of these games. And changing the slow again, so throwing nothing. Actually, no, he did throw him a fastball, so not that. But it is a 2-1 count to Judge. Looks very locked in right now. And yeah, the announcers are right. Had a very good road trip. The A's and Dodgers. Before then, he was struggling. Then he had like 5 homers in like 6 games on the road. It's insane. That fastball misses well, 3-1. So Trevino, maybe showing off some rust from yesterday. Oh, actually, the A's have the 5th most blown saves. I didn't realize that. With 25. Okay, so that's better than being the 5th best in that category. And fastball misses outside. All right. If I swear, Gleyber Torres, it's a grand slam right here. I'm going to go off my rocker. So I literally called that. The pitching coach, Scott Emerson, is now going to talk to Trevino. Not ready to put in Hendricks just yet. Want to see if Trevino can work his way out of it because, of course, as a reliever, I would prefer to pitch 1 inning than 2. More used to it, and yeah. Despite Hendricks originally being a starter. One of that mound visit was just to buy him some time. Torres has come in some big moments for the Yankees. He's had a couple walk-offs in his career. Once it gets to the 80 RBI mark, right now it's 77. As well as runners in scoring position, never seems like the big moments get the best of him. So, got to do it right here. Fastball misses outside, 1-0. At the very least, the Yankees should still keep their non-shutout streak going. And Torres actually has 2 grand slams in his career, 3 for 15. Actually, this season he has 2 grand slams, which I didn't realize. It's 3 for 15 with 2 grand slams in his career. It's about 357 with the bases loaded. So definitely the right guy you want at the plate. Here comes the 1-0. Torres lays off the changeup. Yes, he does, as confirmed by first base umpire Alan Porter. Not the best take from Torres, I got to say. I mean, he did take it, which of course is the most important, but I feel like he's kind of just swinging anything he wants it. Ottavino getting ready to pitch the 9th if needed. Interesting they wouldn't go with Chapman here if they tied it up. Or maybe they did. Maybe they're closer to it, then they'll have Chapman in. And a fastball misses outside, 3-0. If I'm Phil Nevin, I am telling Torres to take the next 2 pitches. Oh, you have to take the least in that one. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he has power. He's the most power in the Yankees, but still, he's missed like 7 in a row or something. One pitch, you can't miss it. Can't miss it. Here's a 3-0. Fastball's the outside corner. Good take. That's 9 years old. This game just got exciting again. As my friend Gian, I wish his laugh could be heard by the public because he has like this insane laugh. He gets really giddy. Challenging. I'm channeling rather my inner Gian. I'm giddy. We got a chance this ball game again, which I didn't think was possible. The high fly ball. Connor drifting back. He's under it. And he makes the catch. Chapman will score. And both runners go up. Wow. Great base running from Judge. Good call by Phil Nevin, the third base coach. Well, Mayhew advanced to third on the fly, too, as Kana had no backing on that one. and kind of caught it flat-footed. Got behind it, but flat-footed. So Torres does a job, and now Sanchez up too. So hey, got a run in, and we still have a power hitter up. So Trevino is taking out the game. They're going to ask Liam Hendricks to get a 5-out save right here. Have to do it against Sanchez and Gregorius at the very least. Hey, what's up?
Hey, dude.
How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good.
I'm kind of invading you here. Sorry.
It's all right. How was work?
Oh, it was fine.
Glorious.
Do you want?
Boring.
Actually, do you want?
Yeah.
Do you want this on the now? So you
Yeah,
can
I'll
take
just
it back?
upload it now. So you can take it back. I don't want to interrupt you, Adam. This is
Hi,
Mark.
sorry,
Oh,
we're
hi.
did this in person.
Nice to meet you.
This
Yeah.
is Ryan's older brother.
What's your name?
Morgan.
Morgan Adam. Nice to meet you.
That's the auxiliary thing.
Older brother or younger brother?
Older. Yep.
Nice, nice.
Younger.
I
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
You didn't have a ladder.
No, what I had was just the idea.
Right.
I had those steps there, like
Yeah.
No, I didn't have that.
The signatures inside my. You never did. I have signatures inside my doors. Oh, I just snapped off the hanger.
Nice. That happens.
Just,
Yeah, because you're supposed to use the metal gun for the baby.
Oh gosh.
let the felt.
Yeah.
Never went. No.
Got some more so on the way?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You probably have measuring cup. You brought me a measuring cup.
Oh, I got it because of the microwave. You said the microwave is too short to put your cup in.
No, wait,
you have
to see what
No, but that's really bad. Okay, yeah, no. You can use the measuring cup, okay? But I don't think you're gonna. Do you need this?
Not really.
Listen, what
Work
I did is,
order.
did I put, I need this.
Well, no, it's just no worry.
Oh, why don't you tell me to go first? Oh, here, honey.
Mom, where did this go down?
Oh, hey, we got this in the mail.
Here it is. Wait, what's that? What's this thing again?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's window sticker. That's a window sticker.
Okay, put it on
Put
there.
it on your sticker.
There, other window.
Does this work?
Yes, it does.
It's a ladder.
It's a lot.
Well, I didn't want to try.
Wait, do I put this on the window?
Where's your
Everything's kind of buried.
box? So do you have a lot of homework already?
A decent amount. It was actually pretty funny because I just transferred Spanish classes, and they didn't give me the teacher didn't give me the textbook for it, so I got to find someone on our floor to try to help me out with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your major, Adam? I know.
Probably communications in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, not like 100% on it yet, but
Okay.
so far. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Oh, good.
Yeah.
So transfer classes because like the teacher was just.
Oh,
weird
no,
or the schedule was off.
No, it was because the class is a bit easier than a bit easy for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You
Well,
need to go
put it
up
on the
a
window.
level.
Yeah.
Good for you. Thanks.
When most people write notes with sticky notes, we can just put that.
Okay.
This just goes up here, right? I don't honestly remember where I got that. The other document. I have no idea
Well,
where.
wherever you want to
I
keep
can
it, because that's
keep it
what you
for
need to transfer back and forth.
I can leave it.
Where's the other bag? Um, do you want me to use those?
You saw the rules down there
Thank you for goddamn.
These are his other things.
I never used them.
I know, he can just take them.
Those were my favorite rules.
Well, I got it from Morgan and they never opened
Simmer
it
down,
for 2
baby.
years.
Simmer down. Oh, yeah, I said,
Hey, Mom,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang this.
yeah.
What? Oh, are you sure?
Which is what
You
I
get
have.
little hanger marks like I have.
No. No, mine was, I did that, I had that as well.
Okay.